Step right up. Lights on, mics hot. Where outlaws talk loud and kings don't whisper. Welcome to Cowboys and Kings. Yeah. Cowboys and Kings. Boots on the floor, yo, we're kicking it live. Crown in the room, you can feel that vibe. From the panels to the pixels, every story gets told. If it's hot in the culture, then we breaking the mold. From the cinema to the comic books, we put the games on blast. The beats will get wild, yeah, they never go past. We call it how it is, no in between. Turn it up, let the speakers swing. Got the crew pulling up, let them all step in. Every guest got a voice, the comments in chat will fly. Step up and be a king. When the mics go live, hear the Cowboys sing. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes it with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Let the whole world hear as we break it all down, keeping it loud and clear. Bring more than talk when y'all step in the ring. When you come to the battle royale, you better bring your thing. Welcome to the show, Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, KingStyle, clean with the sharp cut look. The feline of finesse, the Jaguar dripping luxury, bow tie tight like a best-selling book. Calm in the storm, buddy, bring that fire. Every word hits clean. You know we gonna take it higher, gather y'all to the King's Court, yeah, with stories untold. Grab your armor, grip your sword, represent the kingdom with pride. Cowboy Dan got that outlaw tone, rough edge truth and a voice well known. He's a head trapped in the jar, jokes and memes will set you free. Bruh, that perspective hit differently. The saloon serves them hard, the door swings wide. Outlaw scream, a six-gun dreamer. Saddle up, let's ride. Laughs get loud and the takes get bold. Hard truths get dropped, some myths get sold. Spin that topic, let opinions clash. Some burn slow, some strike like a match. No script needed when the sparks ignite. Just real talk living in the spotlight. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Let the whole world hear. We break it all down, keeping it loud and clear. Bring more than talk when y'all step in the ring. When you come to the battle royale, you better bring your thing. Welcome to the show, Cowboys and Kings. Lights get low, but the combo stays bright. Every fandom got a reason to fight. Heroes, villains, lines get thin. Sometimes the truth is where the gray walks in. Yeah. Panel to panel, yeah, we flip that page. From retro classics to the modern age. Reboots, remakes, who got it right? Who dropped the ball in that box office fight? Bruh, we call it straight, no filter here. From low budget gems to the blockbuster tier. One got the crown, one breaking the rules. Both dropping gems while we schooling fools. From comics to streams, yeah, we cover the field. Every hot take sharp like a blade unsealed. I guess step up to the mic that bring heat, that bring flames. They tell you a story when they step in the frame. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. Under a Cowboys hat and a King's jewel crown, we gonna run this town. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Pull up a seat, join the conversation. Next round's on us. Cowboys and Kings.
Alas, poor Yorick. For hundreds of years, 400 years to be exact, Shakespeare handed an actor a skull and gave us a line that's stuck in the human psyche forever. For, alas, poor Yorick, I knew him well. Fast forward a few videotape in the New Mexico desert as Walter White looks into a camera and says, "My name is Walter Harwell White." This is not a confession. Different eras, different mediums, but the exact same time, lightning in a jar. The absolute, unbeatable of the spoken word. Welcome to Cowboys and Kings, Episode 9. I'm KJ Cowboy Dan, joined here as always by my co-host, the one and only KingStyle. Explosive effects. We are setting aside the CGI and we're turning the spotlight directly upon the script. We're talking about how monologues, single lines, and voiceovers that didn't just finish a scene, they defined pop culture. What is it that turns the
it's a part of the zeitgeist.
words on a page into something that we zeitgeist? Precisely. It's what turns those words that are on paper into the scenes that voiceover artists and actors like KingStyle and a few others produce when they read those words off the screen, off the paper, off the script. Whether it's the sheer swagger of cinematic heroism or the off the cuff. And maybe even the terrifying confessions of the anti-hero, or the dramatic inner monologue that gives the character a soul. Those great speeches that hit you right in the chest when you saw them on the big screen. They made you feel like these characters are real. Tonight, the stage is set and the mics are hot. KingStyle is ready to tell you about all of the wins in cinematic history. Well, I will attempt not to butcher a few lines from those films. Pull up a seat and drop your favorite movie, your TV quote of your favorite film, and let's break down the dialogue that echoed while the credits roll. KingStyle,
Well, then,
what was one of the most memorable movies to you?
Well, one of them has to be The Godfather, because a lot of the drama, because, dude, like, that made Al Pacino's career, right? And I like Al Pacino. And also made Robert De Niro's career, if you count the sequel, right? If it wasn't for Marlon Brando holding that film until the end, those guys' careers would be a lot different than we would expect. That's just the facts. Like, for example, Don Vito Corleone. I want to make an offer that let me do it again. This is the best part, guys. This is live, We flubble and we keep moving forward. That's mistakes happen. I'm going to make an offer he can't refuse. Because he talk like this. Had his voice like this. While he's petting his cat in the background, which, fun fact, that cat just showed up on set. Just a random cat. You know that fact, Dan? That cat that he's petting in the beginning of the movie?
Oh yeah, and just most of the best villains have cats. And that cat was
Dr. Claw, man.
Cat.
Dr. Claw.
Dr. Claw, Dr. Evil, Mr. Bigglesworth. Isn't that right? TCG dude, who back during our show that we did a little nod to sidekicks, because we had like a moment where we talked about pet sidekicks. TCG dude recommended Mr. Bigglesworth. But yeah, all these movies, they have like these iconic lines. Even Darth Vader with his "No, Luke, I am your father." When he does that, James Earl Jones does his speech there. It's pretty much iconic. So I have pulled aside just a few of some of my favorite speeches and some of my favorite monologues as well. And have you ever seen the movie Almost Famous?
I have. It's been a long time, though.
All right.
It's
So
been
you know that
years.
scene. You know that scene where Lester, he's talking to the kid who's interviewing him because he wants to be a rock and roll reporter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my first scene that I've pulled up, one of my favorite monologues, is that monologue. Now I'm gonna pop that monologue into our thing, but you were talking about. So you have the. Do you have a monologue that you'd like to do first, or
Well, I did the DeVito one. I screwed up a
from?
little bit, but that's fine. You know, we we keep
Oh,
moving forward.
okay.
Uh,
So I I've added this monologue. If you can just do the responses from Will, that'd be awesome. I'm gonna do Lester, and the reason why I picked this monologue is this is something I like to tell a lot of YouTubers out there who are just starting out. A lot of people who are starting out as creators, because this is also how I feel about like the entertainment industry when you are a DJ, and DJs are very much similar to um, rock and roll interviewers, journalists in a sense. So this is from Almost Famous. You know, just because you go to LA, you're not going to have friends like crazy, right? But they're going to be fake friends. They're going to try to corrupt you. You know, you got an honest face. You got to tell everything. You got to tell you everything, but you cannot make friends with rock stars. If you're going to be true journalist, you know, a rock star journalist, first, never get paid much. No, you won't, but you will get free records from record companies. There's just fucking nothing about that that's controversial. There's nothing about you that's controversial. Man, it's gonna get ugly, man. They're gonna buy you drinks. You're gonna meet girls. They're gonna fly you places for free, offer you drugs. I know it sounds great, but these people are not your friends. These people who want you to write sanctimonious stories about the geniuses of rock stars, the genius, right? And they will ruin rock and roll and strangle everything we love about it. You know, because they're trying to buy respectability for a form that is gloriously and righteously dumb. Now, you're smart enough to know that. And the day it ceases to be dumb and the day that it ceases to be real, well, then it just becomes an industry of cool. I'm telling you, you're coming along a very dangerous time in rock and roll. I mean, the war is over. They've won. And 90% of what passes for rock and roll these days, silence, is more compelling. That's why I turn around and go back. You know, be a lawyer or something. But I can tell by the look on your face that you won't. You won't. I can give you $35. Give me 1,000-word essay on Black Sabbath.
an assignment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, you have to make your reputation on being honest and, you know, being unmerciful.
Honest and merciful.
And if you get into a jam, you can call me. I stay up late. Scene. So
All right.
sorry, I just had to say it.
No, it's
Scene.
okay.
So
No, it's
that is
okay.
that is pretty much how I feel about the entertainment industry. And I've talked to a lot of my friends who are like, "Yeah, we're going to be YouTubers," and I always say, well, "Okay, fine." It's like a bolt of lightning. Just getting monetized can take some YouTubers up to 4 years, and nowadays YouTube's changing their policies. They're making it harder and harder to get monetized over here. So a lot of us are using multiple networks just to make a little bit of cash. And with that having been said, I want everybody, when they're going into the entertainment industry in some form or another, keep that in mind as we are struggling as it is. Uh, and speaking of struggling, if you want to support the channel, we just recently lost our blue check mark over on Twitter because we can't afford to pay for the blue check mark. So if you'd like to donate to the channel and help us out, KingStyle needs to get a new mic. I need to get the blue check mark so we can stream on Twitter. As you can tell, we're not streaming on Twitter today. There is we've lost a place because we don't have our blue check mark. If you would like to donate to the channel, use this QR code. Donate to us via X Money. We'd greatly appreciate it. It'd be awesome. You guys are awesome. Thanks for supporting the channel. If you can't afford to support the channel, make sure, if you haven't already done so, click the follow button, click the subscribe button, go over to our Twitter page and follow us there. And don't forget, as usual, you can always follow my guy, KingStyle, over on Twitter. Over on YouTube. Follow KingStyle, and let's see if we can get that put up there. I need to pull this down. But yeah, follow KingStyle over on YouTube. He needs to get 50. Any support that you can give us is going to go along. Thank you very much. And back to our show. So, KingStyle, what do you got for us?
Well, I got another one right here, and it's Michael saying this in The Godfather. He's like, "It's not personal, Sonny. It's strictly business." And then he kills him.
Oh yeah,
that's just it.
That line has inspired many of movies. What was the movie? It had Tom Hanks in it, and it had Meg Ryan. Tom Hanks is a businessman. Meg Ryan owns a bookstore. It's not Sleepless in Seattle. It's the other one. You've Got Mail.
Okay.
And Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan are having a kind of like an internet relationship during the early AOL internet days. And Tom Hanks's business is taking over her company, and he doesn't know that he's talking to exactly the girl whose business he's trying to destroy. No clue. And somewhere along the line, he's telling the woman that, well, these things happen, and my business does the same thing. Remember, it's not personal; it's business. And Meg Ryan's character goes in and gives you the exact opposite line. And it's pretty good. If you haven't checked it out, it is a chick flick, but it's got some stuff for everybody. You've Got Mail has the answer to this line. Can you give us that line again in your best accent?
My best accent.
Yeah, in your best Michael Cordial.
Okay. I can't do it exactly like Al Pacino when he was younger. I could do more of an older one, but it's not personal, Sonny. It's strictly business.
Chills down the spine. The scripts, the words that have brought us through history. These it's pretty much when we look at these and we're like, yeah, man, that was quite powerful. There's a lot of them. I'm not going to go through this one, but I'll give you a little piece of it. But Leonardo, He was in The Wolf of Wall Street, and he gives the speech. See those little black boxes? They're called telephones. I'm going to let you in on a little secret all about these telephones. They're not going to dial themselves, okay? Without you, they're just hunks of plastic. Like a loaded M16 without a trained Marine to pull the fucking trigger. It's in the case of the telephone, it's up to each and every one of you, my highly trained Stratonites. My killers who will not take no for an answer, my fucking warriors who will not hang up the phones until their clients buy or fucking dies. Let me tell you something. I've been a rich man and I've been a poor man, and I choose rich every time because at least a rich man and I have to face my problems. I show up in the back of a limo wearing a $2,000 suit and a $40,000 gold fucking watch. Now, if anybody thinks that I'm a superficial, materialistic man, go get a job at McDonald's because that's where you belong. Boom. And that speech goes on forever, but it is probably one of the one monologue that made The Wolf of Wall Street one a powerful movie. And it goes on. If you ever want a monologue to try to do to for an audition, that is the monologue to pick.
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh man,
Most definitely.
one of and a lot of people love that scene. I mean that's a powerful scene. And at that point in time, he takes his watch, he throws it into the crowd of you know, and he's just like kind of like just like riling these guys up, like pretty much like it was January 6th, and he's trying to get everybody excited. I don't know. Some people understand the reference. Well, let's check out chat real quick. Like we said earlier, we got TC Jude and G Dude hanging out in chat, and then we also got the Collector. I'm rich at experience. How to get up once and fallen. Does that count me somehow? Moaning. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're rich, bro. Yeah, yeah. What is your favorite line from a movie, television show, video game, maybe a monologue in some form of pop culture that was spoken out that made you feel good? Maybe it might have even been a famous speech. Was it Abraham Lincoln in 14 years ago? Whatever, whatever, wrong accent too. I'm not good with accents. I'm not a voiceover artist, but King is.
Well, I'm getting there, and that's all that matters, right? We're all going one step at a time, as they say.
For those people who haven't been watching lately, I've been trying to do like monologues for the opening credits, and I think I'm getting better at those monologues. And that's why I kind of wanted to do today's episode, just kind of like as a last minute during our subathon last minute set of episodes that we've been doing lately. Um, we do kind of like look at like all these movies, pieces of content, plays, and if you've seen the today's thumbnail, as you can see, I placed King in the position of a Shakespearean actor portraying Hamlet, and me, I am old Yorick. Doesn't King look good as a king? Just saying,
Definitely.
you look good. So what's our next what's our next next one that you got for us?
Well, I want to quote Prince Zuko from Avatar, The
Prince
Last Airbender.
from Avatar. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I know it's not a movie, but it's a TV show, and but I like Zuko because I kind of sympathize with Zuko always having to fucking struggle and try to fight. Like, dude, even though he's royal blood, right? His mom is descendant of Avatar Roku, right? He still has
Right.
to fight and claw his way to the top because nothing was easy for him. He literally was like he quoted himself. He's born to be lucky, you know. So he's like, I'm gonna try to do it in the most like Zuko grunt voice before like this first one. I want the Avatar. I want my honor. I want my throne. I want my father not to think of me. I'm worthless. That's Prince Zuko for you. And then this
Oh
one is
man.
like
You
he's
know
not
what?
yelling. Go for it, man.
That was a pretty good. That was a pretty good Zuko. It was, you were doing, you were doing it. You can feel kind of like the desire for want. You know, I definitely would put you on the callback list.
Anyway, so
I would
now I'm
definitely
gonna
put you
do
on the
more of
callback
a
list.
thanks, dude. I'm going to do a more calmer thing because he's by himself. Well, he's not really by himself. Aang's knocked out in this scene, right? So he's basically talking to himself, even though he wants to talk to Aang. He's really talking to himself, and he's trapped with Aang in this frozen weather, like it's like an avalanche of snow. He's like, you know, Avatar, you're like my sister. Everything always comes easy to her. She's a firebending prodigy, and everyone adores her. My father says she was born lucky. He says I was lucky to be born. I don't need luck, though. I don't want it. I've always had to struggle and fight, and that's what made me strong. It made me who I am. That's it.
The struggle of a character. You know, it's not always the insane long monologues that we can get from a villain or a hero or what's going on in your head, but you know sometimes it is the expression of the character's struggle from beginning to where he's at now. Why is the character there? What is his motivation? Why do we feel for the character? And it is not just the words put out on that paper. It's not just the words put out there, but the way the actor expresses the feeling. And sometimes, depending on who you got portraying the role, you know, you feel like the actor is that character. Like there's a lot of people who go back and they say Kevin Conroy is Batman. Well, why is he Batman? Do you feel that Kevin Conroy felt the role? Is Kevin Conroy portraying Batman as Batman would portray Batman? And with that having been said, think about it. So if there's any particular line or script that you remember from a movie that you want to look at and you want to say, hey, let us know. We'll see what we can do. Heck, we might even try to act it out. We'll even try to do a thing where we break that particular episode down, or movie. We have up in the next few shows, probably uh definitely around the time of Theta of Nerd Archaeology's birthday, we're going to be doing a show about um pretty much we're going to be doing an improv show, whether it be on Theta's channel or on our channel. But that'd be Monday, the 24th. And we're going to do an improv show where we're going to improv our own versions of lines from movies. We're going to even do our own little scenes, kind of like a whose line is it anyway kind of scenario, where you'll be able to see us kind of make fool out of ourselves in another way. My next piece right here is from Star Wars. And I'm a big Star Wars fan. And if people remember the prequels, you'll remember this one. This right here is you have Emperor Palpatine and Anakin at an opera. And Palpatine asks Anakin a single question. Did you ever hear the tale of the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It is a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith, so powerful, so wise, he can use the Force to influence the midichlorians to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side that even he can keep the ones he cared about from dying. The dark side of the Force is the pathway to many abilities. Some consider him to be unnatural. He became so powerful, the only thing he was afraid of was losing his power. Which eventually, of course, he did. Unfortunately, he taught his apprentice everything he knew. Then his apprentice killed him in his sleep. Ironic. He could save others from death, but not himself. And so we have, from the grief of the firebender who wanted to be the Avatar, who wanted to be who he was, had to compete with his family. He was a prince, he was Zuko, to a monk in training, a future Jedi, having a conversation with an unknown Sith in disguise as a senator. And we learn what could possibly prevent Anakin, in this case, from dealing with strife. While some, as we learned from Zuko, he has his own strife that he's dealing with. Anakin learns there's possibly a way around what he's been seeing in visions. The Star Wars franchise has a lot of great possibilities when it comes to build up on these monologues and where it's going to go. You have Darth Vader becoming Darth Vader because Anakin is slowly being recruited to the Sith. And as he starts to turn to the dark side, you have conflict within himself, and it's shown within the script. And the way the actors they put things out between Obi-Wan and Anakin, and they finally have a major disagreement. Obi-Wan is doing what he's supposed to be doing. Anakin is chasing his heart and not realizing that he's going towards the dark side, or realizing it but thinks it's a better option. And comes down to the great fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin, the higher ground scene. And Anakin and Obi-Wan would duel it out on the burning shores of Mustafar. And Obi-Wan delivers a heart-wrenching farewell to Anakin as his fallen apprentice. His voice trembles with grief and betrays all the struggles that man once called brother. You are the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them. You were to bring balance to the Force, not to leave it in the darkness. You are my brother, Anakin. I loved you. he turns his back on a de-limbed Anakin Skywalker, left to burn on the coals of the Mustafarian ground. Just even small lines like that, not big, huge, overdone monologues can be powerful none the least. And small moments from a story to a fight with one's teacher, a fight with one's brother, somebody who they had felt the need to learn from, felt the need to love from, and now feel the need to hate from. Those lines, it's the way that's delivered, and I don't deliver those words appropriately because I am unfortunately not an actor, but I can appreciate the power, the force, so to speak, of those lines. Looking at Star Wars, there's a couple other very powerful scenes. You have the scenes where they're talking to the officers of the rebellion, and they're trying to kind of figure out what they're going to do. You have Palpatine and several scenes with Palpatine where he's either telling you you're going to join the dark side if you're Luke. He's also telling Rey that by taunting her to kill him in order for her to join the dark side. A lot of great scenes in Star Wars that just kind of like build up on just like your good guys, your bad guys, even the scenes that teach you something from Yoda and Luke. Dagobah. Luke is following what he believes is his destiny. And he leaves his friends when he probably should have stayed with his friends to help them move forward in their cause. But instead, he leaves them to go learn from the Master Yoda. And he finally finds them, and there's a whole lot that goes into things, from Yoda just being like a little guy that is hard to believe that is going to be a Master Jedi. Well, once Luke realizes that, you get this powerful scene, and kind of humorous at the same time. Try not, do, or do not. There is no try. Size matters not. Look at me. Judge me by my size, do you? And well, you should not. My ally is the Force, and powerful is it, my ally. Life creates it, makes it grow. Its energy surrounds us, and binds us it does. Luminous beings we are. Not this crude matter. You must feel the Force around you. Here between you. Here between me, the trees, the rock. Everywhere, yes. Even between the land and the ship. And sorry, bad Yoda impression once again, but
it's
know,
okay. I'm back.
Scene.
Sorry about that.
Hey,
I'd be
so. And KingStyle stepped out, and he is back with another great line.
I'll be back.
So I just went through a couple of my favorite Star Wars lines and monologues that kind of build the character to who that character is, with a bad Yoda impression.
Talk to the hand.
I did my best.
I'm just referencing the Terminator stuff right now from the third movie.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the scene where he takes
Speaking
the
of
jacket from that dude?
Terminator.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah, yeah. No.
Talk to
No.
the
Speaking of
hand.
Terminator, you popped in just in time for me to terminate my bad impression of Star Wars characters. So that was perfect.
Well, I'll do a quote right now. You shall be Lord Vader. That is my Emperor
And a
Palpatine
reference to,
voice.
well, I did my Palpatine and it didn't work, but it was a good monologue nonetheless.
Let the
We
hate
talked about while
flow
you were gone. We talked
through
about
you.
we spoke about the before you while you were gone. We spoke about the tragedy of Darth Plagueis in the story there.
You know, the theory is that Dark Plagueis was his student was Sidious, and he killed him. He killed his master.
Yes,
They
yes.
never outright said it, but he's
Yes.
implying that he killed his master, and he's expecting Anakin to do it to him someday, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, yes, and he wants any future pupil to kill him. He actually is trying to get killed throughout the entire series. He wants Anakin to try to kill him, but he doesn't directly ask for it. He pretty much tries to get Anakin's son Luke to kill him on the Death Star, saying, "Strike me down, and I'll be even more powerful." You know, and he even tries to taunt Rey in the Disney additions to the movie, and he taunts Rey and says, "What does he say?" Let me pull up that one. I have it. Actually have it in my stuff. She will strike me down and pledge herself as a Sith. She will draw her weapon. She will come to me. She will take her revenge. And with the stroke of her saber, the Sith are reborn. The Jedi are dead. Do it. Make the sacrifice. So he does. Palpatine desperately does want to be killed by his pupil. And as Palpatine keeps on saying, it will make me stronger. You know, Palpatine, having learned how to stay alive, prevent death, prevent anything else, and knows about Force ghosts, believes that his death will make him nearly a god. He absolutely does. He wants his pupil to kill him.
Well, here's the thing with the whole Disney retcon thing, with the whole he clones his body thing. If that was added into it, like for example, he dies temporarily, right? But they somehow put his soul in a new, younger body. I guess the Disney canon to an extent would make him immortal, right? Because all he has to do when he gets old is find a student to kill him or somebody to kill him, and repeat the cycle all over again with a new, younger, cloned body. So I guess that's immortality for Sidious, right?
Right. So that would be a form of immortality.
Speaking of which, we were talking about Star Wars. You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down, I shall become powerful more than you can possibly imagine.
Which goes into that exact theory to why Palpatine wants to be struck down. The whole thought process of the Force Ghost, the whole thought process of all that, of being killed off now by your pupil, by somebody else, by in battle. Everything from the Vikings to a lot of other cultures believe this as well. So it works out very well in the lines of storytelling. also in
Absolutely.
the regarding that whole theory, if you read some of the comics, there is a retcon to the retcon, by the way, regarding his cloning himself. Now, the retcon to the retcon is those clones are just clones for him to experiment on. He survived his death in the comic book version. He survived his death, and those clones are experiments that he's made. Um, in order to prolong his life, learn more about the Force, learn more about how he can destroy things, his own experiments, his own self education. If you want to believe the comic book retcon as beta canon or not. Now, so do you have another memorable line, monologue, or quote from a movie that you want to look at?
Did you do the one where Luke is trying to do the Force thing, or no? You know what I'm talking about when
No,
he was
I didn't
trying to
do any
practice using the
Luke
Force.
direct.
He's like,
I did
"I'm
not.
trying. Don't try. Just do." I remember
Oh,
that line. That line was always
we
cool.
did the Yoda, right? We did the Yoda do or do not. Yeah,
Hmm.
we did the Yoda one. Yeah, but we did not do the full quote on that.
Dude,
I
we
just
should do
did the
the Luke I'm your father, thing. We should do that since it's two people. Uh do you want
no
to be Darth
Luke.
Vader,
Yeah.
or like, since it makes sense. So I'll be Luke, but let's look for it so we don't misquote it, like how many people has done it in the past. So, no, Luke, I
Yeah,
am your father.
link me the line in the document.
All
Yeah,
right,
link me the line in the
I'll
document
look.
if you have it.
I'll go for it right now. Hold on.
While you look for that, I'll pull up I have one more of my favorite lines from that franchise as well. And this is you can actually find a version of this monologue that I had placed onto a track via Suno. I'll link the track in the description at the end of the show. And this is from the movie Andor, and it's Luther's Sacrifice. Luthen's Sacrifice. So this is the prequel to Rogue One, season at the end of season one, and Luthen talks about the things that he sacrificed when he was asked by um, one of his spies who wants to quit being a spy. Um, and he asks, "And what have you sacrificed?" Luthen replies, "What have I sacrificed? Calm, kinship, kindness, love. I've given up on all chance of inner peace. I've made my mind a sunless space. I share my dreams with ghosts. I wake up every day to an equation I wrote 15 years ago where there's only one conclusion. I'm damned for what I do. My anger, my ego, my unwillingness to yield, my eagerness to fight. They've sent me on a path from which there's no escape. I yearn to be the savior against injustice without contemplating the cost. And by that time, I'd look down and there was no longer ground beneath my feet. What is my sacrifice? I'm condemned to use the tools of mine enemy to defeat them. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life to make a sacrifice I know I'll never see. The ego that started this fight will never have a mirror or an audience or even the light of gratitude. So, what do I sacrifice? I sacrifice everything. Powerful speech. And in my opinion, that is the reason. That speech right there is the reason, whole reason for the series Andor. So, did you find it, or
I'm looking
we got
for
it
it.
here?
It's
All right.
you'd think being an iconic quote, it's easy to find, but there's like so many images, so many websites that don't have it. It's like they have the full script of this. I don't want the full script. I want the exact
Check
quotes
IMDb under the quotes area in IMDb.
because it's
It
annoying.
might be
Like
there.
I have a
Yeah.
look. I'll post it in the thing and you can agree with me or not. But because dude, it was literally like a chore to do this. It's like, dude, it's a quote. It's not the whole script. I don't want the whole script. You can look into it. There you go. And I don't think it's the full one, but I'm literally just copying the quotes here because
I think the quote. I think maybe IMDb might.
well, all it is, all it
Uh,
matters is no, Luke, I am your father. That's no, it's
oh, I have it right
impossible. You
here.
know,
I
like
have it
that's
right here.
it's okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I
Because I
have it right
posted
here.
something in the thing
Oh,
in the
well, there you go.
monologue, but I guess it's
No,
close
that's
enough.
it. That's it.
All
That's it.
right, okay.
Yeah,
You do
that's the one.
Vader.
Yeah, that's the.
You
So
do.
you want me to take?
I mean, we could go back and forth. We can switch if you want. We can actually certain ones where we
l-
can.
Let
You do
me
Vader. You do Vader first, and then I'll do Luke.
let me hone my best James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones. There is no escape. Don't make me destroy you. You do not yet realize your importance. You have only begun to discover your power. Join me, and I will complete your training. With your combined strength, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy.
I'll never join you.
If you only knew the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you. What happened to your father?
He told me enough. It was you who killed him.
No, I am your father.
No, no, that's not true. That's impossible.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
No, no, no.
Luke, you can destroy the Empire. He has foreseen this. It's your destiny to join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son. Come with me. It is the only way.
There you go.
I am no James Earl Jones. I apologize.
No, it's fine, dude.
James Earl Jones.
That was my Luke impression, or something like it. I just thought of basically, Mark Hamill, and then mixed it with future Trunks voice actor
Hey,
Eric Vale, because he
hey, you know what?
kind of had that little thing going for him.
I felt petulant son in there, so
Yeah, because he
would you
kind of had
need a
that
little
whiny. He
petulant
had that
son?
like raspy, whiny voice. Like if you watch Dragon Ball Z, Trunks had that a little bit. So I just put that in for Luke because it fit with the scene a lot. He kind of was a little bit whiny.
Yeah.
All right,
Just so
let's.
everybody knows, we have roughly about an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes before we have to call it. Be going over. I will be going over to hang out with Lieutenant Garatina to support over there, and also let everybody know about what's going on over here in the future. So we got an hour, so we can goof around and play around till then. Uh, do you have another one for us? Something that you remember
Okay, I'm
or that you
trying to think of right now.
liked?
All right, how about this? He's like, okay, okay, I got it right. He's like, you remember the scene in Scarface where Frank and Mel Bernstein are inside the office, and then Manny and Tony are in there, and as retaliation. Remember that? You remember that scene
Yeah,
where it's
yeah.
like, Tony, please, no, 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 no. Don't worry, Frank. I'm not gonna kill you. And then he's like, no, no. He just dies. And he's like,
I remember
and
that scene.
you, Mel,
Yeah.
and oh my god, how did he say it with Mel Bernstein? Oh my god, I barely remember it, but like all I remember is like Frank begging for his life, which was hilarious. Cause they killed him and they put a voiceover track over it. Do you know that? That's what made it funnier.
Yeah, yeah. They put the voiceover track for the televised edition.
Yeah, I don't know why they did, but I think they accidentally kept it in some copies of the movie because I remember watching my DVD and it had that in it. He was like still mumbling or talking. I'm like, what?
Yeah, they edited it for the televised edition. I know that. Um, they do that quite often in a lot of these shows. So, have you seen um what was the movie? I'm wanting to say A Few Good Men. Yeah, it was A Few Good Men. Uh Tom Cruise, and in this scene we have Jack Nicholson. It is the court scene where Tom Cruise is interrogating Jack about a strike, a code red that was pushed forward. Have you seen
Mm,
that movie?
it's been a long time,
Very
dude.
classic scene.
Wait, I got the quote for Tony
All right,
though,
so
really quick. So long, Mel.
oh,
You have a good trip. Fuck you.
uh, we're gonna clip some of this episode and maybe like for our version of the voiceovers, we're gonna clip it and put it over the original imagery. That'll be funny.
Oh, that actually would be funny.
So
Let's go for it, dude. I'm sorry I
so in
interrupted
this
you.
scene,
I was gonna
Kathy.
forget.
So in this scene, Kathy, who is played by Tom Cruise, is interrogating um, Colonel Jessup, who's played by Jack. And this is pretty much a very iconic war scene, tribunal scene, pretty much, where they're about Jack having declared a code red, and it's entitled this issue. Would you like to take Jack or do you want to take Tom?
No, I want to take Jack. I'll take
Okay,
Jack.
so you're Colonel Jessup. I will
Yep.
play Tom Cruise's character. Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
Who's gonna be the
You don't have to
judge?
answer that question, son. Oh, I'll do it. You don't have to answer
Okay.
that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers.
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth. Son, we live in a world that has walls. And those walls we have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You? You.
Lieutenant Winberg, I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom. You weep for Santiago, and you curse the Marines. You have that luxury? You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, that Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives. And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth? Because deep down, in places you don't talk about, at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as a backbone of a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the implication to explain myself to a man who raises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide, and then questions the manner in which I provided it. I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to.
Did you order the code red?
I did the job. That.
Did you order the code red?
You're goddamn right I did.
Absolutely love that scene. Jack was incredible.
Hey, I hope I did
Absolutely
a kind
love
of
that scene.
like. I hope I did a little bit good compared to what he did. He did a phenomenal job himself. So
Oh man, that's one of my favorite scenes in all of cinema. A Few Good Men. If for those people who've seen it, great movie, all about. There's a lot of good scenes in there, a lot of good movie quotes. Um, we could cover A Few Good Men all day long. Um, I grabbed that one probably because it's probably the one that everybody thinks about when they think of A Few Good Men. When the whole "you can't handle the truth." Uh, I think like even like there was a couple Jim Carrey movies where Jim Carrey kind of referenced that "you can't handle the truth." A few other actors in a few movies did that as well. Uh, did parodies of that scene. Um, we were talking about I think Marlon Brando in the past. I almost grabbed a couple of scenes from Island of Dr. Moreau, but I chose to put those ones aside for the next time as I didn't know how much time we'd have. But do you have one that you think right off the bat that comes like to your head after like wartime stuff? Because I pulled across I was kind of going from Star Wars, which kind of had like back war references, to A Few Good Men, to some of the other stuff that I pulled aside. I do have one that is slightly about war, but it's in a movie that's not about war. It is from my next one is from the movie Jaws. And if I can find it real quick, I had it in my notes here. I just went through so many things. Oh yeah, here it is. So from the movie Jaws, great movie. If you remember seeing it, it's like very classic. Everybody remembers Steven Spielberg's Jaws. Um, Top of the line script written by Peter Benchley and Carl Godish. Um, this speech is the Indianapolis speech. It was the writers were uncredited, by the way. Howard Sackler and John Milnes, which kind of goes to our episode that we did the other day for uncredited. The writers for this scene were uncredited. We got Hooper and Brody, played by Richard Dreyfuss and Roy Schneider, asking what happened to or on the Indianapolis. And they're asking Quint, who was played by if can't remember who played Quint right off the bat, but Quint, he says, Japanese submarine slammed the torpedoes into the side. It was coming back from the island of Tinian, to Lati. We just delivered the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. The vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shock for about a half an hour. Tiger, 13-footer. You know how that when you're in the water, you tell by looking from the dorsal fin to the tail. What we didn't know was that our bomb mission had been so secret, no distress signal had been sent. Huh. They didn't even list us as overdue for a week. Very first light, Chief. The sharks came cruising. So we formed ourselves into tight groups. You know, it's kind of like squares in a battle, like you've seen on a calendar. Like the Battle of Waterloo. And the idea was that the sharks come to the nearest man, and that man, he'd start pounding and hollering and screaming, and sometimes the shark would go away. Sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark, he looks right into you. Right into your eyes, and you know the thing about a shark. He's got lifeless eyes. Black eyes. Like a doll's eyes. When he comes at you, doesn't seem to be living until he bites you, and those black eyes roll over white. Then you hear the terrible high-pitched screaming, and the ocean turns red, in spite of all the pounding and the hollering. They all come in and rip you to pieces. You know, by the end of that first dawn, lost 100 men. I don't know how many sharks, maybe 1,000. I don't know how many men. They average 6 an hour. On Thursday morning, Chief, I bumped into a friend of mine, Herbie Robinson from Cleveland, baseball player, bosun's mate. I thought he was sleeping. Reached over to wake him up, but bobbed up and down in the water, just like kind of a top. Upended. Well, he'd been bitten in half, below the waist. Noon to the 5th day, Mr. Harper, a Lockheed Ventura, saw us. He swung in low, and he saw us. He's a young pilot, a lot younger than Mr. Hooper. Anyway, he saw us and came in low. And 3 hours later, a big, fat PBY comes down and start to pick us up. You know, that was the time that I was most frightened, waiting for my turn. I'll never put on a life jacket again. So 1,100 men went into the water, and 316 men came out. The sharks took the rest. June the 29th, 1945. Anyways, we delivered the bomb. We delivered the bomb. The Hiroshima bomb. That was from Jaws.
Awesome.
Classic monologue. I think I'd probably do a better kind of seafaring man accent than anything else.
It's all good, dude.
I'm not one
another
for.
quote.
Oh yeah.
This is from Dragon Ball Z when Vegeta turns Majin Vegeta. And
Okay.
at this point, Vegeta was called out by the Supreme Khan meaningless squabble, and he gets angry. So he's like this.
Meaningless, huh? What do you know, meaningless? Spending most of your life ruled by another? Watch your race dwindle to a handful and then tell me what has more meaning than your own strength. I have in me the blood of a Saiyan prince. He is nothing but a joke. Yet I had to watch him surpass me in strength, my destiny thrown to the wayside. He's even saved my life, like I were a helpless child. He has stolen my honor, and his debt must be paid!
Wow. That one hit. If somebody can clip that,
Thanks.
put like some dramatic music in the background, that'd be awesome. Oh man, that was good.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for another Majin Vegeta quote because, these were awesome. Like, and some of this was, this quote was made in the English dub. The Japanese version isn't as good. This one has more impact to it. But don't tell the sub purists that because they get upset about that. They don't they don't like that. They hate that.
Hey, there's certain times when like when you're doing subs and dubs, the purists don't like a lot. But then again, a lot of the they don't. A lot of them don't even like dubbing. So even if the script is accurate in the translation, it's like, oh, just go with the original Japanese. By having the dubbed over. They feel like you're ripping off the original Japanese artists from their job by having it subbed over in English.
It's so stupid.
I don't.
It's stupid.
Yeah, it is. But a lot of people feel that way about these things. So I have another one from the Shawshank Redemption, which is also kind of about honor.
Okay, go for it, man.
So if you want to take so we have the choice. You can actually take this is the scene from the jail sentence where we have Red, who is just getting released from prison, and this is the interview process for him getting out. We have one of the parole judges, so to speak, one of the people who determine whether or not he's worthy of being released from prison, and him talking in an interview to figure out if Red's been rehabilitated.
Okay.
Do you want to take the guard who's doing the or the person who's doing the interviewing, or do you want to be Red.
Which one do you want to be?
Well, either way, I pulled this one aside because The Shawshank Redemption is one of my favorite movies, and I do like this the answer he gives as in the lines of redemption. But
Okay.
either way, I can go either way. I like Red.
All right, then you'll be Red then.
All right, take it. Start it off for us.
Okay. Your file says you served 40 years of a life sentence. You feel you've been rehabilitated? Shall I repeat the question?
I heard you. Rehabilitation. Let's see now. You know, come to think about it, I have no idea what that means.
Well, it means you're ready to rejoin society as a...
I know what you think it means. I think it's a made-up word. Politician's word. A word young fellas like you can wear a suit and tie and have a job. What do you really want to know? Am I sorry for what I did?
Well, are you?
Not a day goes by where I don't feel regret. Not a day. Not because I'm here or because you think I should. I look back on myself the way I was, stupid kid who didn't that terrible thing, that terrible crime. Wish I could talk some sense into him. Tell him some things are, but I can't. That kid's long gone. This old man is all that's left. I have to live with that. Rehabilitated? That's a bullshit word. You know, just go ahead and stamp that form there, Sonny, and stop wasting my damn time. The truth is, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. It's awesome.
One of my favorite movies ever was The Shawshank Redemption. And Morgan Freeman as Red in that movie, a lot of great lines. I mean, Morgan Freeman is the reason why that movie succeeded.
He's like,
all up and down the board.
I don't know what that woman was singing, but I didn't care.
Yeah, I don't know what that woman was singing about, but I don't care. Morgan Freeman, great actor. He is the reason for a lot of the reasons why I watched that movie. What a lot of the reason why I loved that movie. Like a lot of people look at it and they're like, "Yeah, it was a great movie. It was a great movie." Like Tim Robbins was okay in that movie, but he wasn't kind of where I wanted to go with it.
Can I do another Majin Vegeta quote?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I got it right here. All righty.
What's the matter? Not winning as easily as you thought? You won't be winning at all. What a clown. Are you feeling angry? Humiliated? Is that it, fool? You don't know what humiliation is. Don't worry. I'll teach you its bitter taste just as you have taught me. Me as a warrior elite. In my fingertips, I hold the power to destroy entire worlds. I am a Saiyan of royal blood. The last of my kind. And on my shoulders rests the glory of an extinct warrior race. All civilizations was once troubled at the sound of my name. But you don't, did you, Kakarot? And at your hands, your common hands, my honor, my pride, the foundations of all which I had always stood began to crumble at my feet. It was at your hands that I suffered my first great humiliation. I toppled by a piece of low-level trash. Imagine my added shame when it was you and not me who avenged our people by defeating Frieza. You were at first to achieve the pinnacle of our race. The first in 1,000 years to take place upon the Super Saiyan of legend. A place that I have been raised to believe was my royal birthright. And imagine the disgrace I suffered when the strength I had worked my whole life to acquire was surpassed by a mere child. Your half-breed son succeeded where I, the Prince of all Saiyans, had failed. It is time to take back what is mine. I will not live my life as your second. That time is over. Every breath you take is an assault to my honor. But not no more, Kakarot. By my hands, you will be cut down inch by inch, the way you have cut down my pride. There you go.
Nice. Nice. The only thing that won't cut down your pride is we recognize Mr. DJ Play Nice. And he's saying, at Cowboy Dan, stopping by to say hi and leave that thumbs up, have fun, and rock. Well, you rock out with your mullet out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He says, be sure that your subscriptions are active. That's right. Make sure that you click that little alert bell to know when KingStyle and I go live next time. And also, he wants to let us know that we're all to be safe and have fun. Take care, guys, because we rock. Thank you. You rock as well. We are doing our favorite monologues, favorite scenes from movies. Just have a little bit of fun. And we've gone through quite a bit of good shows, quite a good bit of good movies. And the next one I have is kind of like, not necessarily like along the same lines as Dragon Ball, but in a sense, fighting movie, a movie about a fighter. Now, I have dropped the script down to for KingStyle to take on. This one's one where I'm casting KingStyle in the role, so he will be playing one of the characters in this role that I've cast him. I have cast KingStyle as the character Terry Malloy, and this is from the a movie that is very, very iconic. If I can make sure I have the right script down. Yeah. So he's going to be playing a character named Terry Malloy, and he is a fighter. This is a very famous scene that a lot of people call the contender scene. I could have been a contender. I will be playing his agent scene, where his agent is named Charlie, also kind of a relative of his. So we're sitting in a taxi during this scene as well. Are you familiar with this one?
A little bit. A little bit. So let me know when you're going to start, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is I could have been a contender movie. So scene from the on the waterfront, and we are in a taxi cab, and I'll start it off. Look, kid.
Okay.
How much do you weigh? Slick. When you weighed when you weighed 108 pounds, you could have been another Billy Conn. That skunk we got for you, a manager, he brought you along
It wasn't him, Charlie. It was you. Remember that night in the garden? You came down to my dressing room and you said, "Kid, this ain't your night. We're going for the price on Wilson." You remember that? This ain't your night. My night. I could have taken Wilson apart. So what happens? He gets the title shot outdoors on the ballpark. What do I get? A one-way ticket to Palooka Vale. You was my brother, Charlie. You should have looked out for me a little bit. You should have taken care of me just like a little bit so I wouldn't have to take the dives for that short end money.
Oh, I had some bets down for you. You saw some money.
You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody instead of a bum. Which is what I am. Let's face it. It was you, Charlie.
Great movie. Great movie. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Miss Jamie Lynn Simmons joining us for some of our favorite movie lines and some of our favorite scenes. We've gone through quite a bit of our pretty good monologues. Too bad I'm not a voice actor. I'm better off reading certain things, but I did pretty good on a couple of characters. KingStyle, on the other hand, did much better than I did, and I just casted him. I could have been a contender scene from On the Waterfront. That was a good movie. If you haven't seen it, black and white classic. A lot of these monologues that we're doing, you can actually find the actual scenes on YouTube, and definitely recommend you watch that. Sometime around Theta's birthday, over around the 24th, we're going to be doing either on his birthday, either here or on that channel. On his channel, we're probably going to be doing a Whose Line Is It Anyway kind of improv thing, where you're going to be able to see us try our hardest to improv on certain characters, improv on certain prompts, and it'll all be fresh, nothing pre-written. So keep an eye out for that. We're going to advertise it on our Twitter page. Just to remind everybody real quick that we are in of a few donations for the channel, because first of all, KingStyle himself is needing a new microphone, and he's on borrowed time right now because he's borrowing a microphone from another content creator. So we are streaming as much as possible until then. It's because we're trying to support getting him a new microphone. We're also trying to make sure that we're able to pay for our services here. We just lost one of our services today. We no longer have the blue check mark on Twitter, which means we cannot stream the Twitter anymore. If we can get a minimum of $10 donation, that would be great. That'll put us back up on Twitter, and then within the next day or so, I don't even know if we're there now, but we will end up having a watermark on our channel if we don't get $20 to be able to pay for our stage. So we're working on streaming as much as possible, so that way we can avoid that. Any donations would be great. If you can't afford to donate, make sure that you're already following. Just show up and watch the show, or even just sit and lurk. Every little bit helps. Make sure you click that like and subscribe button. As DJ Play Nice had let us know, that make sure you leave a comment on the show, give us a thumbs up, and also share out the show to your friends on your social media. Today we're streaming on Kick, YouTube, and Facebook. But like I said, we're no longer on Twitter for our live streams unless we can get some donations in. Also, we need to make sure that we can get some donations for KingStyle. We have time for a couple more a couple more monologues before we head out, because once we head out, I'm going to be heading over to hang out with Lieutenant Garatina for his show about Masters of the Universe. Do that. I just want to remind you guys. And why did that come back up? I thought I got rid of that. Boom. All right. I want you guys to also make sure that if you haven't already done so, make sure that you find KingStyle over on YouTube. You can take a screenshot of this and use your computer to click on the computer, smartphone, or whatever. Click on that little QR code. That'll take you right to KingStyle's page. We're working on trying to get KingStyle to 50 viewers, 50 subscribers, so that way KingStyle can stream something. Maybe it might be a show naming In Style with KingStyle. Maybe it might be Kings and Cowboys, the exact opposite side of the spectrum from Cowboys and Kings. Who knows? Make sure you help KingStyle get to that 50, because he needs to get there. We want KingStyle to grow. So if you haven't already done so, make sure you follow KingStyle. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And back to our regular scheduled program. King. So what is do you have one more for us while we rock out our next 15 to 20 minutes?
Okay. Trying to, why don't we do part of me is like wanting to do a joke about this. You know, the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? The Johnny Depp one?
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Everything in this room is edible, including us. That would be cannibalism. Yeah, that's terrible, but that's actually a quote from the movie. That's a quote. That's an actual quote
You
from the movie.
did that in the voice of the Joker.
Yeah. You want to see a
You
magic
did that in the
trick?
voice of the Joker, though.
Ta-da!
You want to see him? But now
he's like, if you're so
want
good
you
at
to
killing,
find some way to merge everything in this room would be edible. With I want to see a magic trick. Merge those two together.
You know, everything in this room is edible, including us. That would be cannibalism. And by the way, you want to see a magic trick? No way, clown. Ta-da! There you go. The pencil has disappeared, as you can see, through his nose.
You know how I got these
we
scars.
gotta kill the Batman. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
My dad had looked at me and asked me why I was so serious. I don't have that lineup, but sorry, I just made me think of that. We were for those people who are offline last night. We were gathering our notes for tonight's show when hanging out with Thirst and a few other of tonight's show. We actually did a play. We were just riffing on the Why So Serious and the Joker lines while thinking about what we were going to cover for tonight. Sometimes I wish that we just like stream our back end conversations, because it's funny as hell what we did last night. Oh man, you guys missed out on like
come here, my
improv.
pretties. Wizard of Oz. Don't pay attention to the man behind the
Wizard
curtain.
of Oz.
It's like we gotta
so
kill
have
the
you
Batman.
seen
If you're so good at it, why don't you do it? If you're ever good at something, you don't do it for free.
See, that's one thing about the Joker. He doesn't want to kill the Batman. He never wants to kill the Batman. It's been decided that Joker thinks kinetically that Batman is his best friend. He will kill everybody around the Joker, but he will around Batman, but he will never kill the Joker or the Batman. Joker will never kill Batman. He'll kill everybody around him, like every Robin that he can get his hands on. But never Batman. And okay, so the next one that I have is from To Kill a Mockingbird, I believe. This, I believe it's from To Kill a Mockingbird. No, it is not. Grapes of Wrath. Sorry, the next one I have is from Grapes of Wrath. I'm pretty sure everybody's at least, if you've taken a theater class or classic movies, even some remakes, they've done the Grapes of Wrath before. You're very familiar with this scene, and this scene is you got your main character, and he's talking about pretty much. That he's going to be everywhere, in a sense, and it's like kind of like just like kind of like what happens after. So if so we're going to start this one off. It's just the one guy, one actor, one character. He's talking to his mother, and he says, well, maybe it's like Casey says, a fella ain't gonna go, but only a piece of a big one, and then it don't matter. Then it'll be around the dock. I'll be everywhere. Wherever you look, wherever there's a fight so hungry people can eat, I'll be there. Wherever there's a cop beating up a guy, I'll be there. If Casey knew why, in the way guys yell when they're mad, and I'll be in the way when kids laugh when they're excited, and when they know supper's ready, and when our folks eat and they raise stuff and live in the house and build. Why? I'll be there. See? Classic one. Classic. He just takes you back. That is Tom Joad explaining to his mother that he'll be there no matter what, either death or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's still going to be there. From the Grapes of Wrath. Also, like for a lot of people, that scene is quite often used one of those like audition scenes, or at least used to be back in the day. So you got another one for us?
I guess technically speaking, okay, smoking. PRTTY. Do you know why? Because I'm that good. That's a spicy meatball.
Classic.
Do you miss me?
Italian movie.
You like me. You really like me.
Now, with that scene, a reference to Sally Field getting the Oscar, and that is a Mandela effect, because she did not. The scene is very much misquoted, and very often do people make that Mandela effect misquote when referencing the Sandy Field Oscar.
Yeah. My name is Senor
I do apologize,
Pete.
everybody. It seems that we do have a little bit of a lag.
Oh. Uh-oh. Not good.
It's okay. We'll figure it out. There is just a little bit of lag. I don't know why we're getting a lag. It's probably probably on one of our ends for the internet. It's okay.
Probably.
And we have roughly about two. Do you have one more? I do have one last one before we go. I do have one last monologue, and if I can find it here.
Alrighty.
No, I guess I went through all my monologues. So let's see. Did you do a certain reference to a introduction to a firearm from a movie called Scarface? Did we do that one yet?
No, we didn't do that. But I'm
I do
looking,
apologize.
I'm looking for a quote here that I don't know why the internet. Like you would think the internet would be made to have things archived the right way, but they don't. I don't know
Yes.
why.
Real quick, I'm going to take a quick look over at the YouTube side. And I want to say thank you to a few people who clicked like on our notification of today's show over on Twitter, considering we're not streaming on Twitter right now because we have lost our blue check mark. We are on Facebook today, and we're on YouTube, including Kick. If you guys want to make sure that we are, yes, that's right. Jamie's already did it. Say hello to my little friend. That's exactly the introduction to a firearm I was referring to. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie's right up on top of things. So we are on Facebook, Kick, and YouTube, and I think in just a few moments after KingStyle returns with his last piece, we'll do our closing, and I have a closing monologue for us all.
I got this one. I got one of them. What the fuck are you looking at? You all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So what? That makes you good? You're not good. You just know how to hide, how to lie. Me. I don't have that problem. Me. I always tell the truth, even when I lie. So say goodnight to the bad guy. Go on. The last time you're going to see a bad guy like me, this again, let me tell you. Come on. Make it way for the bad guy. There's a bad guy coming through. You better get out of his way.
That's classic. Classic indeed.
Yep. And then I'm going to look for the
collector says, when shall we three meet again in thunder, lightning, and in the rain? Our next show is going to be on Friday, and we're going to have a few friends with us joining us. Janie Lee Simmons is giving us a whole bunch of steaks. Boom, 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 boom. I guess it's better than throwing tomatoes at us for our business. Thank you. The collector is saying a great monologue monologue would be Macbeth's prologue to of the Three Witches. And if you notice, like today's thumbnail is absolutely a Shakespearean reference. I am pretty much the head, the skull, Yorick, and King plays Hamlet in today's
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Simmons gives us the quote, "By Odin's beard, I say nay, Thor." Yeah. Classic. Great reference, by the way.
Absolutely.
We do love Thor. We do love Thor. So let's see. There's always like there's a whole bunch from Breaking Bad. I was gonna do Bryan Cranston. I was also thinking possibly the scene where Saul Goodman uh, um, pretty much threatens Jesse, being the scene where um, Walter White is and his speech to with the school gym. There's a lot of great stuff. I was even thinking that next time what we might do is eventually we're going to get a few of our friends together. Hopefully the internet doesn't have as much of a lag. I don't know why we all of a sudden got a lag. We didn't have a lag earlier. Just these things happen. But I want to do like a couple of script reads. We're going to get a few of our friends in the over in the internet world to join us, and we'll do like those Comic-Con and movie expo script reads where we just like find something and each one of us take a character and act out an entire episode, or at least a couple of scenes.
Dude, I got the quote right here. I got the ending scene to Scarface. If you want me to go for it.
Oh, right on. There we go. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay, Salsa. You wanna fuck with me? You're fucking with the best. You wanna fuck with me? You cockroaches. You wanna play games? Okay, I play games with you. You wanna play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend. You wanna play rough? You like it? You want more? You whores! Cowards! Wanna fuck with me? Go ahead! Come on! How do you like that, huh? You fucking maricon! You think you can take me? You need a fucking army to take me! You hear me? Come on! I'll take you all to fucking hell! Who do you think you are with? You're fucking with? I'm Tony Montana! Oh, yeah! Come on! You fuck with me! You're fucking with the best! I'm still standing! Come on! I'll take your fucking bullet! Come on! I'll take your fucking bullet! You think you can kill me with those bullets? I'll take your fucking bullet! Go ahead! Oh!
Gee, Mickey, why are you so mad at me? Sorry, it was like if Mickey Mouse was in Scarface.
Well, I literally was just and not only that, but my throat was bothering me. So.
Oh no, it was.
I'll go back into it later, but
expecting you to do the Mickey Mouse laugh. I was half expecting you to do the Mickey Mouse laugh. Once again, if we have anybody who's good at animation or anybody who can clip that, I want you to take that exact monologue that you just did, and put Mickey Mouse's body there, because that was. We'll do Mickey Mouse in Scarface. Yeah. That's right. We'll do Mickey. We'll give him a big old gun. We'll make him a gangster. Goalie.
I guess Goofy would be Manny, I guess. Or would that be Donald? No, it would be Goofy.
I'm going to put my email in the chat. Send me an email. I do believe that we have a full panel on Friday, but we'll keep you as a backup plan for Friday, just for in case. But that way, I can have your email. We can send you a link for days that we don't have a full panel. I know that we have like a lot of times where it's just me and King, so you can join us at any point in time. My email is in the chat right there. Feel free to send me a message anytime. And on that note, King, is there anything you'd like to advertise real quick before we close out our show?
Well, we should advertise your thing with Sergeant Garatina or Lieutenant Garatina.
Oh, yeah. Well, we are going to Mon Capitan. He's gotten himself a promotion.
Oh, yeah, he's a captain now. He's a captain. Okay. Okay.
Yes, he'd be our captain. Tonight I'm going to be joining Captain Garatina here in just about a half an hour over on his channel for a little discussion about Master and He-Man. And just for in case, I want you guys to remember the KingStyle. He is featured prominently in every single one of our thumbnails for Cowboys and Kings. And as we keep on showing him, he is the king of our show. I would like you to make sure that you give him a follow if you haven't already done so by clicking the QR code right over here on the side. If you have a smart device, you can just click it. You can even just take a screenshot. You can ask your phone to if you're on your phone will automatically, if you click it, and if you're on a smartphone particularly, you should automatically be able to click on that QR code, take yourself right over to King's page, and make sure you give him a follow. We're working really hard on making sure King gets to 50 viewers. Where are you at right now, King? For yours, we need to get you there.
Dude, right now my throat's hurting, so I can't really talk right now.
Well, we're getting you close to there. We've run out your voice because of our monologuing. Big show today, but make sure you go and subscribe to KingStyle if you haven't already done so, and you can also, if you're watching over on one of the other networks like Kick or Facebook, you can subscribe to me as well. I'm on YouTube and Kick and Facebook and Twitter. Right now, we don't have our blue check mark anymore, so we cannot stream our shows to Twitter like we were. So if you want to donate to the channel, a simple $10 donation will get us back up on Twitter. And then anything more than that, it'll put towards going towards our stage. Going to, within the next day or so, have a watermark. So let's do our best to help support the channel if you possibly can. Any little amount would be great, because we do need to that watermark is not there. Follow us on Twitter by finding me over at KJCowboyDan at Twitter, and that's x.com/KJCowboyDan for those people who refuse to call it Twitter. I refuse to call it X. It sounds too dirty. But if you want to support the channel, there's multiple ways you can support the channel. One being finding us over at Twitter, where we have X money that you can donate. It's donate to us, we get a large percentage of the donation rather than having to give it to the platform that as a transfer fee. It's very much appreciated for all those who do donate. If you can't afford to, don't worry. We are here. Just make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click that like button. Help push us through the algorithm. If you didn't like today's show, you didn't like the fact that me and King were sitting there improving and reading some script and doing, then feel free to press that down button. It's okay. It's not bad to hit the dislike if you didn't like the show. If you liked the show, please do so and hit that like button. And once again, hit the notification bell. If you want to support the channel in any other ways and can't afford to just give money away for some reason, we understand that too. That's why we have options for you to do something like buy the official Cowboys and Kings coffee mug through our website, the KJCowboyDan gear shop. You can get a KJCowboyDan or a KingStyle feel when you drink from your Cowboys and Kings certified coffee mug, brand new to our merch shop today. Also, if you want to have something to put that in there, we do have a affiliate with W Energy Drinks. W Energy Drinks, get the Dub Slub Energy. It's my favorite flavor. It does remind me of having my own homemade Slurm. And you too can have the energy that you need without having the crash of a energy drink like Monster or Red Bull. Feel free to use KJCBD26 at checkout on either the Slurm, the W Energy drink, or even at the Cowboys and Kings coffee cup at the CowboyDan gear shop. All locations that we have merch or have an affiliate, KJCBD26, great way to get 10% off of purchases. And with that having been said, we're going to go to our theme song and end the evening.
Take care, guys.
But do you have any last things you want to say to the crowd and everybody there?
We'll be back for another episode later.
Say good night to the bad guys.
Right. Say goodnight to the bad guys. And remember a simple skull, a simple line that every king has and every cowboy was once a fool.
Make my day.
Possibly even a hero.
Make my day.
Eventually, the stage is set, the words have been said, and we will refuse to die in Silenoid and on the big screen. We outlive the actors, we outlive the costumes, but our words will continue to be a whisper, a battle cry, a confession. We are all heroes. Our joke summary by generations. But tonight we wandered through the kingdoms. We built not of stone, but of sentences. We stood beside princesses and kings and, well, funny, isn't it? The greatest special effect of all was our voice. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. I've been KJCowboyDan here with KingStyle.
Yep. He's Cowboy Dan. I'm KingStyle. And good night, everybody, to quote certain Animaniacs.
Step right up. Lights on, mics hot. Where outlaws talk loud and kings don't whisper. Welcome to Cowboys and Kings. Yeah. Cowboys and Kings. Boots on the floor, yo, we're kicking it live. Crown in the room, you can feel that vibe. From the panels to the pixels, every story gets told. If it's hot in the culture, then we breaking the mold. From the cinema to the comic books, we put the games on blast. The bass will get get wild, yeah, they never go past. We call it how it is, no in between. Turn it up, let the speakers swing. Got the crew pulling up, let them all step in. Every guest got a voice, the comments in chat will fly. Step up and be a king. When the mics go live, hear the Cowboys sing. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes it with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Let the whole world hear as we break it all down, keeping it loud and clear. Bring more than talk when y'all step in the ring. When you come to the battle royale, you better bring your thing. Welcome to the show, Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, KingStyle, clean with the sharp cut look, the feline of finesse, the Jaguar dripping luxury, bow tie tight like a best-selling book. Calm in the storm, buddy, bring that fire. Every word hits clean. You know we gonna take it higher, gather y'all to the King's Court, yeah, with stories untold. Grab your armor, grip your sword, represent the kingdom with pride. Cowboy Dan got that outlaw tone, rough edge truth and a voice well known. He's a head trapped in the jar, jokes and memes will set you free. Bruh, that perspective hit differently. The saloon serves them hard, the door swings wide. Outlaw screamer, six-gun dreamer, saddle up, let's ride. Laughs get loud and the takes get bold. Hard truths get dropped, some myths get sold. Spin that topic, let opinions clash. Some burn slow, some strike like a match. No script needed when the sparks ignite. Just real talk, living in the spotlight. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Let the whole world hear. We break it all down, keeping it loud and clear. Bring more than talk when y'all step in the ring. When you come to the battle royale, you better bring your thing. Welcome to the show, Cowboys and Kings. Lights get low, but the combo stays bright. Every fandom got a reason to fight. Heroes, villains, lines get thin. Sometimes the truth is where the gray walks in. Yeah. Panel to panel, yeah, we flip that page. From retro classics to the modern age. Reboots, remakes, who got it right? Who dropped the ball in that box office fight? Bruh, we call it straight, no filter here. From low budget gems to the blockbuster tier. One got the crown, one breaking the rules. Both dropping gems while we schooling fools. From comics to streams, yeah, we cover the field. Every hot take sharp like a blade unsealed. I guess step up to the mic that bring heat, that bring flames. They tell you a story when they step in the frame. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. Under a Cowboys hat and a King's jewel crown, we gonna run this town. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Pull up a seat, join the conversation. Next round's on us.